Alrighty, we've got a question, or we've got a lot of questions. I think we're almost up to 3,500 views and hundreds of comments too, which I'm surprised about with this little video that I did. But today's question, I suppose, can't remember the name. The question will be up above, just in front of my face when I edit this. But it was basically, do you think anything would change if we voted in a different political party anyway? And if we vote in Labor or Liberal, Nationals, Greens, whatever, no, I don't think. Actually, Greens, yes, I do think something would happen, not in a good way. But I'm at the stage in my life now, being 43, 44, that I actually think that this is now the time maybe to give maybe a political party like One Nation a go. Because if LNP are fighting Albo and Labor with their own version of left-leaning ideas or flirting with left-leaning ideas, then what is the point? I agree. You may as well vote in the exact same guy again, Albo, because why fight him on his own ideas? Fight him with your own ideas. And I actually do believe that was the downfall of LNP, going away from their conservative base, which was kind of why I voted for him. And if you want to say that One Nation is stealing votes for LNP, that's fine. But don't Labor do that or Liberal do that to each other? They're all just fighting over 10 or 20% swing voters anyway. So that's kind of as an irrelevant comment to make. But I actually believe, and this is not a One Nation video, this is just me speaking from my half a brain, but I actually do believe that if you give someone like One Nation a chance, it might be better, it might be worse, but the definition of insanity is doing the same thing over and over again, expecting a different result, right? Coming from golf, that's we used to laugh at that. I may as well have a go at a green and keep laying up, because what's the worst that can happen? I can hit a bad shot. Well, I can hit a bad shot laying up anyway, so I may as well have a go at it. And I kind of take that mentality towards One Nation right now. It's like, you know what? I think this is the time they're going to start getting everything right and the ducks in a row. And you can already see the way the mainstream media and the way the mainstream politics are working right now. You can tell, I bet you there's somebody in the background trying to find some bad stories about Pauline again or blah, blah, blah. And this is the one thing I probably would say this. During Trump's second term re-election period, you could see, well, hold on, what else can we find that we didn't find for the first 4 years? And it's like, okay, so how much deeper are we going to dig into bullshit now? And I think that's what's going to happen over the next 2 years of One Nation. And I think, once again, this is not me promoting One Nation. I just feel like we need to all do our own research to find out what's true and what's not. And I honestly think it's this thing right here. It's YouTube right here. It's people like me, it's people like you that can just speak to true stories and what we found out. And that's, I think, how we're going to find out, or how we change this country. Because I think Choco, the personal trainer bloke, he's spot on with the video he did today about Albanese and Carl asking him soft, piss-weak questions, and the whole Grace Tame thing. I just feel like I'm at the stage now where it's, what is the worst, in my opinion, that can happen if we go with One Nation. I feel like whatever they stand for is kind of like a lot of stuff One Nation is promoting right now. To me, it was almost flirting with stuff that John Howard, Peter Costello were anyway. And I don't understand what the difference would be when people label that as far right or bullshit extremism. So my answer to the question before was, I actually don't think nothing will change if LNP get back in, because I don't think they will. They can't get this shit together. They're infighting. They're like dogs in a pound right now, fighting over the bowl. But I do believe things could change for good or for worse with One Nation, but I think for good, because I actually do believe that a lot of people actually believe in One Nation's policies. And it's almost kind of like you see a lot of those people on YouTube going around in America and doing street interviews and basically reading out Trump quotes, and then reading out Joe Biden stuff or Kamala Harris stuff, and say they actually came from Trump, and they go, I don't agree, or vice versa, if you know what I mean. When people actually read the policies and see what they stand for and vote that way, I think you'll actually find the majority of us swing towards Liberal National Party at 5-10 years ago, or One Nation as it is now. And you mark my words, watch what's going to happen. One Nation candidates are going to be labelled Nazis, extremists, all this crap under the sun. You can see they're already going after Pauline Hanson's daughter, which I really don't give a shit. I saw today's news that she's got some sort of government job, or she gets money from the government for $100 and something thousand to run as a candidate. I don't care, because at the end of the day, I'm pretty sure if we dug deep into Malcolm Turnbull's friends and family, I wonder how many of them work for the government. I wonder how many Albanese's mates from Housing Commission homes that apparently still come around to welcome his first day as Prime Minister. I wonder how many of them are on government or NGOs and stuff like that. But that's my rant for today. You want me to talk about something else? Comment below.